You're listening to The Baker Boys, Les, Episode 6, 1918. This project is sponsored by the Milparinka Heritage and Tourism Association and made possible by the generosity of the family of Les Baker, formerly of Milparinka and Phildarpa Station. The letters were transcribed by Sandra Baker. 3rd Australian Auxiliary Hospital, Dartford, 19th January 1918.
Dear Girlie, the latest letter I received from you was dated October 30, saying that you heard I was wounded. I suppose you know about poor old Ross being killed in October. It is awful, girlie. I can hardly realise it. It breaks my heart when I think of Mum and Dad and you all at home. What a terrible blow it will be to you all. Poor Mother. I know how she will feel it. The last time we were together was on the night of September 22nd. I had just come out of the line and Ross came round to see me. We were just behind the line watching the lights and that going up and our guns shelling Fritz's aeroplane, and talking about home and everything. We said goodbye about 11 o'clock as Ross had to get back to take ammunition up to the battery. Little did either of us know it would be the last time together on this earth. I expected to get a transfer in with him, but I got knocked back on the 1st of October. We used to be together a good bit. I got some letters returned that I had written to him while I was in hospital with "killed in action" written on them. It merely killed me when I got them. I could not see his name in any of the casualty lists, and I felt that I could not write home till I found out for sure or not. I made enquiries, but could not hear anything. But this morning I seen his name on the list. Well, girlie, I will say ta-ta. Will love to you all at home. Your loving brother, Les.
3rd Australian Auxiliary Hospital, Dartford, 19th January 1918.
Dear Mother, I received your letter dated October 26 today, and was pleased to hear from you, Mum. I don't know how to write to you about poor old Ross. I can hardly realise it. I know what a terrible blow the news of his death will be to you all at home. The last time that we were together was on the 22nd of September. I had just come out of the line, and Ross had found out where I was, and came round to see me. Poor old Ross. He was always anxious about me. We were together the night before I went into the line, when we made that big push on September 20th. It was hard parting, and we knew too well that a lot of the boys would not come out of it. We were trying to get together, but I got wounded on the 1st of October. I don't know where Ross was killed. I have got one of the Red Cross inquiry chaps to make inquiries and get any particulars that he can for me. I know how it must be for you at home, so far away, and never knowing the minute you will hear some bad news. I was awful at Ypres. There has never been such fighting, or so much artillery used in all this war. Shells were falling almost as thick as hailstones. Our batteries are exposed, and close to the infantry lines. The Australians had heavy losses there, and I hear now they are going into another big shunt at Messines. I am better now. I have lost the use of the forefinger of my left hand, and my right knee is pretty stiff. I can only bend it a little, and my left leg has some pieces of shell in it. They hurt when I walk. I don't know whether I will go back to France or not. I may have to, as we are so short of men. I wouldn't mind if I were fit. Well, Mum, I will say ta-ta for the time, with best love to you all at home. Your loving son, Les.
In the Field, 3rd of February 1918.
Dear Girlie, I received your letter dated 16th November, and was very pleased to hear from you. I was wounded with a HE shell. 3 of us were in a shell hole together. I had just been digging and connecting up 2 shell holes to make a bit of a trench, and a shell exploded alongside of me and blew me in against the side of the hole, and a large piece hit me in the back, but it only cut through my tunic and bruised me a bit. The concussion knocked the wind out of me, so I had just gone around the corner in a bit of a posse we had, and sat down, and another chap came along and he seemed pretty frightened, so I let him have my posse, and I sat down just a bit away, and lit a cigarette. I had hardly got it alight, when another shell burst right next to the chap I had given my seat to, and blew him to bits, and wounded me and another fellow. I don't know whether the other chap died or not. He was pretty bad. I was half buried, and the concussion was awful, just like as if two steel walls was closed on you, and I could not hear a sound. Could see the shells bursting round, but could not hear anything. My left eyelid was burnt, and a few small pieces in it, but my eyes were not injured at all. I have just found out that poor old Ross was killed on the 18th October. I can hardly realize it. I often dream of him and fancy that I am with him. The other night I dreamt that we were all home together in the kitchen. I could see you all so plain, and all the furniture in the kitchen and everything. It seemed so real I could hardly believe I was dreaming. I just received another letter from you, dated the 1st of November 1917. It was strange that you should dream of getting news that I was doing well, as I sent a cable somewhere about the time you dreamt it, with exactly those two words, doing well. I am much better now, and I'm in the 3rd Australian Auxiliary Hospital, Dartford. I take a run up to London occasionally. One of the nurses at the hospital I was in took me out to tea a while ago, and she took me to a theatre and to tea afterwards on Friday last. She was very good to me when I was in hospital. She is a very nice girl. You would like her if you knew her. She had a younger brother of hers killed in France last January. Well, girlie, my wounds are all healed now, but my right knee is pretty still and the forefinger on my left hand will never be any good to me again. Well, day, I will say ta-ta, with best love to all at home. Your loving brother, Les.
Number 4. Command Depot, Hardcote. March 3rd, 1918.
Dear Mother, I received your letter dated the 22nd of December and was very pleased to hear from you. Yes, Mum, I have heard about poor old Ross. We were together a good bit in France, and he was always so anxious about me. I was trying to get in the battery with him. It makes me cry when I think of him. I am absolutely certain he would have been sent home if he had seen a doctor with that eye of his. I always wanted him to, but he was too good a soldier. Poor boy, it's a pity it was not me instead of him. He was so well liked, always got a bit of fun out of life wherever he went. Yes, Mum, it's a sad Christmas. I know it must be for you at home. I am fairly well again now, except for that my right knee is stiff, and I have lost the use of the forefinger on my left hand. The sinew was cut right through on the back of the hand. I still have a good few pieces of metal in different parts of my body. I was well treated in hospital. One of the nurses was very good to me. We are real good friends. I seen her pretty often when I was on sick leave. She is a real nice girl, and I will never forget her kindness to me when I was laying helpless in bed. It is nice to have someone like that to go to see, in a country like this where a fellow has no one to see or care and hang about him. It puts a fellow in mind of home, although there is no place like home, Mum. I don't know whether I will get back to France again or not. I don't mind going back if I get the chance, but I don't think my leg will be right for some time, if it ever is. Fancy me not being able to run or anything. Keep Jack at home, Mum. Don't ever let him be a soldier. A fellow can never forget what he sees in the battlefield. I suppose I will hardly know the girls when I get back. They will be grown so big. Well, Mum, I will say good night, hoping to be back with you all again some of these days. With best love to all at home, your loving son, Les. P.S. I got the big parcel posted on 21st of September all right. Came in jolly handy, I can tell you. Would you put some tea and sugar in the next one? Put it in little calico bags.
Number 4. Command Depot, Hardcote. March 24th, 1918.
Dear Mother, I've received a whole lot of letters from you. The last dated January 12th, and I was very pleased to hear from you. I can't understand how it is you have not received any from me since August 27th, as I wrote some since then in France, and while in hospital in London and Dartford, and also since I came down here. I received one parcel while in hospital in London, and have got 4 down here. They were sent on December 15th, 19th, and 2 on September 21st. You can put a bit of tea and sugar in the next one, as you can't get it over here for love or money. I have had my 4 days' leave. I stopped in London as I did not feel up to travelling about. I had a fairly good time. I put in most of my time with one of the nurses out of the hospital I was in. We went to go to the theatre and that, so I was in pretty good company. She is a very nice girl, and was very good to me while in hospital. I used to take a run up to London occasionally while I was at Dartford, and she used to take me out to tea and the theatre. She had her only brother killed in action about 12 months ago. It seems like only the other day, when poor Ross and I were together in France, just behind the line in the best of health and strength. And now Ross is gone, and I am here with a stiff leg and pieces of shell all over me. I won't be fit to go back for some time, if I ever get back. Perhaps they will send me home. I feel that I would like to go back as I would like a chance to see Ross's grave, and I have a big score to wipe off against those rotten Germans. I have spared the dirty brutes before, when they put their hands up, but I never would again. I wrote to Keith but have had no reply yet. We are having lovely weather here now. It is just like an Australian day here today. Well, Mother, I will say goodbye for this time. With best love to you all at home, hoping to be with you all again before long. Your loving son, Les.
Number 4. Command Depot, Hardcote. April 14th, 1918.
Dear Mother, just a line to let you know that I am still in England. I am feeling much better now, although my knee is still stiff and my finger is just the same. I was examined the other day, a board next week. I got my teeth fixed up the other day, 2 plates top and bottom. I had a letter from the Commonwealth Bank the other day, saying that there was £10 there for me. I will be getting 4 days leave next week, so it will come in handy then. I managed to make what I had last out on my 10 days leave. I wrote to Keelty some time ago but have not heard back from him. Things are not looking too bright at present. Fritz has pushed us back a long way. I saw Jerry Hughes and young Gill in London while I was on leave. They were both on leave from France. I have been on the lookout for any of the chaps from Ross's battery, but have not struck any of the yet. I hope that you have received some of my letters before this. I will be very glad to get a few days leave to get away from this place for a while. It is very deadly here, nowhere to go and nothing to do. Well, Mum, there is not much news to tell. With best love to all at home, your loving son, Les.
Number 4. Command Depot, Hardcote. May 7th, 1918.
Dear Girlie, I received your letter dated February 15th and was very pleased to hear from you. I got the £10 all right. It was very handy, I can tell you. I hope you had it to spare. Don't ever send any over if it runs you any way short. I was boarded the other day and marked C1, so I won't be going back to France for some time. If I ever go back, C1 means service in England, but I don't think I will be able to get home anyhow. I will cable if I am coming home. If I don't get home, I'm going to try to get a job on headquarters in London. It will be better than the camps. I would much rather get home, but I don't think I will ever be fit for the field again. If only poor old Ross were alive, I would not care. It seems so hard after all that he has been through. I wrote to Keelty, but received no reply. I seen young Gill and Jay Hughes in London. They were over on leave, but have not seen any of the other boys. I am all right now, can get about fairly well. Of course I cannot run, and my left hand is not too good, but otherwise I am all right. The wound in my chest does not affect me, and of course the wound on my face does not add to my beauty. But of course that does not matter. I still have a good bit of Fritz shelling me. I will bring them home as a souvenir. I wish I could get home, but I suppose I will have to wait. So hoping to be with you all again someday. With best love to you all at home, your loving brother, Les.
Number 4. Command Depot, Hardcote. May 25th, 1918.
Dear Girlie, I received letters dates 8th, 10th and 25th March and was very pleased to hear from you. I have never received any papers since I have been away. They won't readdress them from the base PO, so it is no use sending them. I received that cable all right with Christmas greetings. Pleased to hear that Dad is well again. I was anxious about him. Glad to hear that Auntie is getting on well. I got the snaps all right. The one in front of the PO and the one of Bubs. Received the £10 all right. We are having lovely weather over here. I see where Keelty was admitted to hospital. I was marked for home service in England but asked to be sent back to France, so I will be boxing on with the Hung before long. Well, girlie, there is no news to tell, so I will say ta-ta. Best love to all at home. Your loving brother, Les.
Number 4. Command Depot, Hardcote. May 25th, 1918.
Dear Mother, I received letters from you dated the 11th, 15th and 22nd March. As was very pleased to hear from you. I have not had any word from Keelty, but I saw where he was in hospital. We are having lovely weather here now. I have not seen or heard anything of any of the other boys. My wounds are all healed now. The scar on my face is not very big. Anyhow, I don't mind it. I was boarded and marked C1. That is home service in England, and some get sent home for service in Australia. I applied to be sent home, but they refused my application, so I asked to be sent back to my battalion. I either want to go home or back to France. It is no good hanging around about in these camps in England. I suppose I will be in France before long, although my knee is still stiff. I can only bend it a little, not enough to be able to run. But I am not going to hang about in these camps. I suppose they will have to send me back from France in the long run, as my knee will never be right. I have not heard anything about poor old Ross since, and have not met anyone out of his battery. I will feel more satisfied when I get back to France. I can't help thinking about poor Ross. I want to get back and have another cut at those German brutes. I see they are ready for another big push. I hope to God they are not successful in this as they were in the last. I think things will go very hard with us, but I would sooner die 100 times than see those brutes win. There was another big rain on London the other night, but they lost 7 machines.
In 1924, Les, his father Jeremiah, and younger brother Jack were granted the lease of Feldapa Station west of Milparinka when it became a soldiers' settler block. They built a bough shed near a water catchment to live in until able to build a home near the Yandama for his mother and sister. Les married Myrtle Brown in 1946. He adopted Myrtle's son Robert and had 2 additional children, Sandra and Michael. Les died in 1977 and is buried near a short distance from the Feldapa homestead. The ashes of his daughter Sandra have since been placed alongside his grave. This project is sponsored by the Milparinka Heritage and Tourism Association and made possible by the generosity of the family of Les Baker, formerly of Milparinka and Feldapa Station. The letters were transcribed by Sandra Baker. This concludes episode 6, the final episode in the Baker Boys series. Thanks for listening.